My boyfriend of 8 years doesn't want to propose to me, but he says he will go to the courthouse tomorrow.
Oh, hell no!
Interesting. I am a 30 female and I've been with my 39 male boyfriend for 8 years. I do not want kids and he supports this, but I would like to be married soon. We have been open with each other about wanting to get married since day one, and we have lived together for 4.5 years. At the 4-year mark, I brought up getting engaged, and he said it wasn't the right time because once engaged, he wants us to be married within a year. However, he felt like things were too busy with work, etc. Okay.
Excuses.
Then the next year, I brought it up again, and same thing. Year after that, we were talking about rings, and I showed him the $1,500 ring I wanted on Etsy. He liked the design, and I sent him the link, but I didn't set a timeline or anything. But he seemed hesitant and said he wanted a perfect proposal.
Why do you have to come up with every excuse in the book?
I told him it doesn't need to be an extravagant proposal and could be very simple. Last year, oh God, another year has gone by. Ooh, he comfortable. Last year, I brought up this topic again, and he said the proposal was too much pressure and would rather skip ahead to the wedding. This is very low effort. So even though I didn't completely understand his hang up, he's a very confident and non-anxious man, I started looking up wedding venues and getting excited. Then he shut it down and said it was too much and to ask him in 6 months. Oh, hell no, girl. Absolutely not. I waited 12 months because he got injured around the 6-month mark. Oh, no. Lately, he's been having more issues with me, doesn't like my new hiking and backpacking hobby, feels I don't prioritize him, says he's an afterthought, and that this was an issue in his last long-term relationship too, and bringing up problems I thought we solved from years ago. He's looking for a reason to not marry you. I feel like I'm a great girlfriend. You've been an incredible girlfriend and very patient. You don't expect much, like you're kind of just going with like whatever he wants to do, and he's not respecting that. He's kind of pushing you around. He has high expectations. I'm starting individual therapy to work on myself because I'm feeling like I'm not good enough. Buddy, if anyone is not good enough and has to work on themselves, it is him. You've been incredibly patient and receptive to like him needing time, and now it's your turn to have high expectations. You need to be okay with leaving, and tell him that. Tell him that you're not interested in continuing unless you've got a ring on your finger. Last week, I brought up engagement and marriages and couples therapy and how I'm worried he's not gonna commit to me because he isn't happy and has all these issues with me. He got super upset and defensive and said he's dreading the proposal but excited to be married to me. He said he'd go to the courthouse tomorrow, but he basically said there will not be a proposal. But that's what you want. Listen, proposals can make people like a little bit anxious. Like, didn't he say that he wanted to do like this big proposal? And now he doesn't?
He always has a million excuses.
He's robbing you of a proposal. He's robbing you of a wedding that you want. It's so low effort. I really don't like it. I even said he could propose on the couch at home, but I just want him to ask. I don't want to ask. He even brought up an excuse saying I don't like to wear rings, which is true because I work with my hands for my job, but I've said for many years I will wear the engagement and wedding rings, but maybe put a silicone ring on at work. Our therapist suggested we try focusing on just the marriage part. It was a really frustrating conversation. I appreciate my boyfriend reassuring me that he wants to be with me and is serious about marrying me, but after I waited another year to bring this up and then have him get so mad and make excuses, I'm really questioning things. I know he loves me and I've accepted he's stubborn, but I don't think I'm being unreasonable for wanting a proposal. You are absolutely not. Like, does he forget how to human? What makes him so nervous? Like, what about this is so like nerve-wracking?
Girls are yucky.
Like, I understand wanting it to be perfect and stuff like that, but like at the same time, you've been together for a long time. You say that, you know, this is the person you want to be with. You're not worried about her saying no. What is the issue, buddy? It hurts to hear he's dreading the proposal. Yeah. Plus, it's a tough pill to swallow knowing there won't be a proposal when I made it clear I want one. I'm in a weird spot because now anything I do or say moving forward in relation to wedding planning will feel like I'm forcing him. No, this is not. How should I proceed? Going to the courthouse after all of this doesn't make me feel right, but maybe I need to change my mindset. I also don't think he will take initiative and ask me to go to the courthouse. No. You are letting too many things kind of slide. You're doing too much for him and not worrying more about like what you want. And I understand you've you've been with this guy for a long time, if the idea of like proposing and marrying your person and declaring it, like you don't have to declare it in front of the whole world, but like if that idea scares you and you're dreading it, like might not be a good fit. I'm just saying. On Reddit, I see other couples skipping the proposal, eloping, and being happy in their marriage. Yeah, but maybe that's also what they want. It's not necessarily what you want. I also see lots of posts advising women to leave the relationship. I have some friends saying let go of the proposal and other friends saying my boyfriend is on thin ice, looking for some kind and honest feedback. Thank you. I could understand like wanting to like elope or like, you know, doing something very small if that's what you want. You've done what he wants for a very long time and now it's your turn to get what you want.
Put yourself first.
The irony of this post like coming up right now, like I have a friend, I absolutely love his girlfriend, like absolutely love her. They've been talking about getting married. He's like very set on her, but he keeps kind of like dropping the ball when it comes to like proposing. Like he's a little bit of a space case. Like I'm not gonna lie, he's a bit of a space case.
Space case. Someone thought to have his brains floating somewhere in space.
We love him, but he's a bit of a space case. She's gotten to the point where they were supposed to move in together and she's literally refusing to move in with him until he proposes to her, which does kind of like, he had plans to do this like big grand proposal that meant something to her and stuff like that. And it does kind of force him into a situation where he's not going to be able to do those big grand plans anymore. Like it's like location specific. So they would have to go to the place where he was planning to do it. And now she's kind of like,
well, no, like I'm not waiting around.
And like knowing that he wants to propose, like I'm just like, okay. But at the same time, she's also putting her foot down and she's like,
absolutely not.
And she should, quite frankly, because he has dropped the ball and it's been 3 hairs past a freckle now. The really, really good ones, they stand on business and they're not willing to accept less. And you have to be willing to put yourself first and know that you will not accept less than you deserve. And if he's not willing to give you what you deserve and what you really, really want, then he's not the right guy. Like, I'm just saying. Sorry, OP, I'm not liking the looks of this. You've been very clear about what you want, but instead of finding ways to give it to you, your boyfriend is stalling, making excuses and breadcrumbing, oh, the breadcrumb part, by saying he wants marriage, but doing nothing about it. All he's offering is a functionary courthouse marriage, and it's clear you'd like at least a little more, a nice proposal and a ring, which isn't unreasonable. You're being shut down and put on the defensive when you try to discuss this with him. You're making yourself smaller and asking for less and less, trying to appease him. Yeah. And now, after 8 years, suddenly he's finding all sorts of faults with you. Ask yourself, are these actions of a loving partner? Not in my book. They aren't. No, I completely agree. Like, I feel like I have nothing to add, quite frankly. OP responds, thank you for this. I needed to hear it. I couldn't see it, but I am making myself smaller and smaller and it's not healthy. Literally, you're people pleasing so hard that you're putting what you want last. It's okay to compromise and it's okay to like be understanding, but after a while, and it's been years, like it's literally been years, babe. After a while, he's also not putting what you want first. We do have an update. We broke up 2 weeks ago. I did call his bluff, but he said he wanted to ask my dad for permission and not elope right away.
The next morning,
I had a bad gut feeling about eloping and I felt like I was pressuring him into it. When I told him how I was feeling, he said, either we elope or you'll have to wait until I say I'm ready to start planning the wedding, but that didn't feel right.
Get rid of him.
Buddy is very, very good at setting boundaries, but not good at like respecting other people's boundaries. There were other issues in the relationship, which a lot of people highlighted in the comments as the main problem here. I started to really reflect on those issues and wrote a pros and cons list. I was wearing rose-colored glasses and saw how many red flags I ignored. Long story short, he confronted me about being distant and asked if I wanted to break up. I said yes, and then he gaslit me into thinking the problems I listed were not problems. He said he would do anything to stay with me and even said he would propose.
sure, yeah, okay.
Then a week later, he broke up with me and tried to blame me for how things were falling apart. Wanna bet that the next girl he's with, he will literally propose to within a year? I moved out of our apartment and left him, the cats, and all the furniture. Around the same time, I was offered a travel job in a mountain town close to some national parks and took it. It's been incredibly painful to grieve this relationship, but I truly believe the saying, if he wanted to, he would. That part. In the end, we were incompatible. He didn't like how I changed over the years and made me feel like I was the problem. You did a lot of things that he wanted. If he really felt that way, then he should have let you go a long time ago because he wasted your time. I'm now working on rebuilding my self-worth, and I'm going to hike and backpack all summer. That sounds freaking amazing. I won't let another person dull my light again. And not only that, like let's compromise when it comes to relationships, but also not compromise when it comes to like respect, mutual respect. Sometimes, you know, you kind of wish that people would just treat you better, but you really do have to enforce boundaries. Quite honestly, like I feel better when I enforce boundaries because not only are you protecting yourself, but you're finding out if someone respects those boundaries. I won't make myself smaller. I never want fear to hold me back. It's been an incredibly difficult breakup, but I'm grateful for my friends and family who've been here to support me. Take your time, go be in the mountains, touch some grass. But when you're ready to get back to it, have a really clear picture on what you want, and anyone that's not giving you what you want or kind of like half-ing it, you either set a boundary or end it. People respect people who set boundaries. You have to demand respect. I know I did it at the beginning of Mike and I's relationship, and it was the one time that I did do it and set a boundary and said,
I'm not going out with you unless it's a proper date.
and he did. And here we are. Am I the a-hole for letting my girlfriend stop coming over in the mornings after my mom's friend complained about her showering? My girlfriend works 12-hour overnight shifts, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. After work, she sometimes comes to my place to shower and sleep. She usually arrives at around 8:15 a.m., takes a quick shower by 8:30, then crashes for the day. Here's where the issue comes in. My mom's long-term friend, who rents the basement, complained that the sound of the shower at 8:30 a.m. woke him up. Isn't that like when people normally shower? That's actually like a little later than people normally shower. Like I'm just saying, like I shower like early, like 7:30. My mom passed that complaint along to me and asked if my girlfriend could avoid showering until everyone is awake. How is she supposed to know that? No, dude, she literally just worked a 12-hour shift in the middle of the night. She now has to sit around and wait for everyone to wake up so that she can shower and sleep? No. I told my girlfriend, and she felt uncomfortable continuing to come over, understandably, in my opinion. After working all night, the last thing she wants is to feel like she's disturbing people just by taking a basic shower before bed. So she decided not to come over in the mornings anymore. She didn't cause drama or make a scene, just quietly adjusted. I mean, fair enough, but like, I still find that a little weird. Like, I think that your mom's long-term friend can shove it. I later told my mom what my girlfriend decided, and she got upset, not because of the shower, but because my girlfriend chose to stop coming over in the mornings. My mom insists it wasn't her intention, but from our perspective, asking someone not to shower after a night shift pretty clearly sends the message that their presence is disruptive. For context, I also pay rent in this house. My mom's friend has lived here for years and pays rent too. We all share the space. It's not like my girlfriend was being loud or unreasonable, just taking a 5 to 10 minute shower in the morning, which seems pretty standard. Now my mom is upset with me, but I feel like I handled it fairly. I passed the message along, my girlfriend made a calm and mature decision, and now somehow I'm caught in the middle. There is the thought that she could have showered after she fell asleep, but who wants to like lay like dirty in a bed? I feel like you could have definitely pushed back. Like she didn't have to take that as nobody wants her there. You could have definitely pushed back and been like, my girlfriend literally just worked a 12-hour shift. It's 8:30 in the morning. She can shower. Paying rent or not paying rent is like, the rest of the world is awake. It's not like she's, you know, in the middle of the night, like causing a ruckus. 8:30 a.m. is not early to be showering. Most people have to be at work by 8 and would be showering at 6 or 7 a.m. Literally, like I shower at like 7:30 in the morning or something like that. Buddy, like wear earplugs. Your mom should have shut down the complaint and not brought it up to you if she didn't want your girlfriend to act on it. Weird, but you are not the a-hole. You could have pushed back, but your mom also could have too. That's very unreasonable. Yes, his mom should have shut it down, but also this derpy OP should have shut it down before passing on such unpleasantness and an unreasonable expectation to his girlfriend. Mom receives complaint, passes it to you, your girlfriend handles the complaint in fairly unselfish and mature way, and your mom is mad? Yeah, sounds about right. In my opinion, no time is the wrong time to shower. It's a basic human need and society runs 24/7. People leave for work and come home at every hour. It's selfish to expect someone to just adjust their schedule for you when they're doing something as basic as showering. As long as they aren't making excessive noise, it shouldn't matter if it's 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. literally. And like also, it's not like she's coming home and like playing loud music. It really is a basic need, especially after a very long shift overnight. Like, make it make sense, because this is what weird, dude. Everyone mark this as an everyone sucks. I mean, I think OP sucks and the mom sucks and the like tenant also sucks. The girlfriend does not suck.
That's what she said.
I feel like she handled that quite well and didn't like blow up or anything, like wasn't rude. She just like quietly removed herself. I don't think the girlfriend sucks, but everyone else sucks.
Do better.
Yes. We got one more juicy little story for you. My 24 female boyfriend, 27 male, booked our tickets for a different day. I'm tired, frustrated, and contemplating breaking up with him. What would you do in my place? Well, I'll tell you. I, 24 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 27 male, for 2 years, long distance. We don't live together, but due to our demanding jobs, we try to see each other at least 3 times a month. Overall, I can say many positive things about our relationship. However, things took a turn a few weeks ago, and I can't seem to forgive him. For context, I'm very much a type A person. I need everything planned and to be in order. Can relate. However, since I'm always planning things with friends, boyfriend, or at work, I get worn down pretty quickly and it takes a toll on my mood. He is, on the other hand, very laid back and goes through life with a it is what it is attitude. I am like low-key kind of jealous of people like that. So naturally, it has always been me who's been planning activities, booking places to stay, sightseeing, and holidays all throughout our relationship. A year ago, boyfriend got me tickets for my favorite artist and I've been excited ever since. I still had to book transportation, hotel, and plan activities, but I didn't mind as long as we could go see the artist in time. Spoiler alert, we missed the concert because boyfriend booked the tickets for a different day and we couldn't get a refund. We didn't think to like check the date on those tickets. Safe to say, I have never been more disappointed in my life. I still feel physically, emotionally, and financially drained and that I can't rely on him. All he had to do was book the tickets, which he did, but then not even tell you the right date so that you could then go and probably spend thousands of dollars on this trip. Did he apologize? Like, what did he do? I decided we needed to go on a break, and I've been talking with my friends and my therapist about what to do. My therapist said I'm processing it as a betrayal and a breach of trust. I don't know if this is relationship ending, to be honest. Like, you have a right to be mad, and he, at the very least, needs to pay you back and apologize. My friends are telling me it's up to me if I want to continue the relationship, but if they were in my shoes, they couldn't trust him with anything ever again. I mean, it's a little extreme, but they might have a point. It might not get better. Like, you have to really be okay with being the person that books everything. I understand that it's a mistake that anyone could have made, and in the end, it's not that serious. I mean, it kind of is if you're the only person that does like put in effort like this. He has apologized about 1,000,000 times and feels very sorry about how he let me down. But at the same time, all this pent up frustration that's inside me keeps reminding me he had one job and he still managed to ruin the experience for me. Of course, not everything is black and white. Besides this character flaw, he's a very good boyfriend, kind, funny, and we have the same opinions on politics, human rights, etc. Basically like all the serious stuff. I can't seem to get over this mistake though. We were planning on getting married and spending the rest of our lives together, yet I don't want to end up being the only one pulling the weight. Advice would be greatly appreciated. It's not that serious, but it is serious to you. I think, number one, he apologized, so that's good. He's got to pay you back for the money that you spent. I don't know if this is relationship ending. And I'm just saying this from a perspective of me and my friends like complain about some similar things. You know, just like basic little things that are just like, sometimes guys can be like a little absent-minded. If he never does anything for you, maybe this is relationship ending. I don't know. I feel like I might need a little more context.
Ask, and you shall receive.
Edit, there seems to be some confusion regarding booking and the tickets. There were 2 concerts. One was happening on the 31st and the second one was on the 1st. Boyfriend told me we had tickets for the second concert. So I booked everything in accordance to that. Then on the 1st, he realized we had tickets for the 31st. So the day after, we were supposed to attend the concert. Also, only he had access to the tickets. Hope that clears it up a bit. I feel like he should have fixed that. Yes, it was a mistake, but it's also his mistake, and he should have booked a hotel to make up for it and travel and taken the L on the rest of it. Edit 2, so far I've seen people form 3 stances in the comments. Break up with him or I'll have to manage him for the rest of my life. Give him a chance with a set of boundaries or I'm actually neurotic and he should break up with me. I've done some introspection and considering all the facts, uneven mental load, distance, and how long we've still been apart, my reaction. I've drafted a message explaining how I felt, highlighting how much I still care about him. I've also written a few questions to ask him about the future of our relationship. He probably thought a lot about our relationship as well, and if he doesn't want to be with me, I'm not going to force him. I'll ask him probably next week. Not sure if anyone wants an update, but we do. Overall, this situation has saddened me and I feel extremely uncertain about my future. Thank you to all kind Redditors who offered great advice. If this is like one of the only times where he's done something for you and like your time together is limited, you do have to consider that this is the way that he is. It is what it is. And on the one hand, it could balance you out, but on the other hand, when it comes to things like, let's say kids, booking appointments for the kids and fulfilling those obligations, like he has to really step up. Like it can't just be
It is what it is type of thing. Like
sometimes you gotta be an adult. Wow, there's actually a lot of people who can relate to OP. This one thing was a mistake, but it's also a part of a pattern. Do you want to be the one taking responsibility for everything that matters in your lives? You want to be the one who looks up books, hotels, flights, things to do, where to eat, make sure you both have boarding passes and tickets and passports? Coming from someone who had a dad that like would literally plan everything to a T, like make sure we always had our passports. Like when it came to like me growing up, I have like anxiety now, like at the airport, because my dad did everything for me. There's always like something in your head where it's like you had someone do everything for you and now you're gonna triple, quadruple check. I grew up with a dad and like, you know, my mom's husband who was like very type A, you know, got done, really hated sitting around and like knowing that there were things around the house that needed to be done, trips to be booked, all of these other things. I would prefer to have a dad that was type A. So think about that when you're thinking about like what kind of dad you want your kids to have. Do you want to be the only one who knows what your child is allergic to, who their friends are, who their doctor and teacher are, when the first and last day of school is, what the homework is? Do you want to be in charge with everyone's birthdays and holidays? Oh my God, I'm getting stressed out just thinking about this. People who are go with the flow are supported by someone steering their boat and patching up all their holes. This man can't even put an oar in. So yeah, he's nice, but he's incompetent and has made that his personality trait. That part. It's one thing if you're like kind of a space case and all over the place and like, you know, very easygoing. It's another thing to like not know how to adult. He's a lot older than you too. He's 27. He relies on you for a lot, I'm guessing. Okay, so we do have an update. So long story short, we broke up amicably. For those who want a longer version with a bit of a recap of the entire situation, I omitted a lot of details and lied about our personal lives just so I could get truly unbiased opinions. To tell the truth, I'm a med student. Got into med school a bit later because, well, life happened. He just finished law school. Oh wow, okay. So he's like hella smart and also still a space case? I actually know someone like that. At the time of the concert, I had to study for my anatomy final and could not have any distractions, but I told myself the concert would be a treat to myself during this tough time period. We arrived at his friend's place where we'd be staying, and to be honest, I've never felt so unwelcomed and out of place in my entire life. Me, my boyfriend, let's call him Jim, his friend Jane, and her boyfriend, John, decided to go to a restaurant in the evening, and Jane basically didn't acknowledge me the entire evening. Every time Jim had to leave the table, Jane would turn to John and pretend I wasn't there. I then heard her say that after dinner she'd like to go get something cheap and sweet to eat, and I proposed a certain shop in the city we were in. Jane replied, "It smelled there." After asking her how did the shop smell, she looked at me in the eyes, laughed, and said it smelled like poor people. When Jim returned, I took him aside and told him what Jane said to me, and he laughed. For the rest of the evening, it was clear I was sticking out from the group because the conversation topics were about things I had no knowledge about, so I couldn't participate in them. So I sat in silence until we came back to Jane's flat. I'm sorry, but that is so rude. It is so unbelievably rude to be like sitting there talking about things in like a group setting. Not a group, like a small group, and someone's just sitting there being quiet and like you're not saying anything. Like you're not trying to make an effort to like include them. Oh, this is just bad manners. I then cried in the shower. Oh, I felt completely useless. Like the evening would have gone exactly the same whether I was there or not. The next day, the ticket incident happened. Jim checked the tickets and realized he'd booked them for the day before. Okay, so there was literally no way for you to go to the concert. I tried to get the tickets and was contacted by a scammer and got scammed an extra 80 euro. Already talked to police, but they put the investigation on hold. During this time, Jim kept repeating how stupid he was and he would fix everything, just didn't know how. The artist won't come to our country anytime soon, by the way. Jim also said how he would prevent similar mistakes from happening again. After that, I didn't speak to him for almost 2 weeks and took to Reddit. In the end, I decided to give him one last chance and said probably both of us should work on our communication. He said he didn't expect me to give him another chance and didn't know how to react. He thought it over for 12 hours and didn't contact me. During this time, I kind of emotionally accepted he didn't want to be with me anymore. The next day, Jim agreed to give it another try, but the excuses started. He kept telling me he would be jobless during the summer, money would be tight, we wouldn't be able to travel anywhere, and I should enjoy my summer. To me, it sounded like he wanted an out, but didn't want to be the bad guy and propose the breakup. Come to find out, he wasn't as broke as he was telling me because he attended a film and a music festival. Doing the math, he probably spent about 300 euros. So I'm guessing he had no problem booking those tickets and getting everything right about that. So he can do it. So I messaged him that I'm tired. He didn't even say sorry after Jane insulted me. And I didn't see him making any effort in planning our future and owning up to his mistakes. We wished each other well. We would be open to communication if we ever crossed paths again. And I now feel like somebody close to me died. Rationally, I know I did the right thing, but I've never broken up with anyone amicably before. And grieving this relationship is extremely hard. Yeah, I hear you, babe, but like reading all this extra context, it kind of also sounds like he's, you know, a little too laid back when it comes to you in general and like not sticking up for you in a situation where you felt excluded. Yeah, like I said, I prefer the type A man. Subscribe!